Hey there, welcome to the channel. So today I want to go over some of the blood in the streets. My goodness, you got to be careful, man. If you're out there in the market, depending what you were in, man, it was just pretty bloody. So much you're gonna gotta watch out for slipping and falling on your butt. Well, here we have the S&P. So let's see what happened to that. Here's the weekly. Weekly, it's not really much of a thing, but what's interesting here, we're down almost 2% on the SPY. So what's happened is we had like the small caps got the crap kicked out of them. Not all of them, but some of them did. And this now appears to be kind of bleeding over into the major markets. So Dow Jones Industrial, looking at the daily, down 1%. You know, it's the most stayed. Let's look at the Qs. The Qs are kind of getting hit 3%. So that's kind of what we have at this point. Let's look at the Russell. Russell got beat up the most, 3.3%. So, geez, that's wild. Let's look at the dollar on the daily. Dollar kind of flat today, and check on gold. So gold kind of just did nothing. So I want to look at let's look at the 10-year. So the 10-year we had talked about. Here's a weekly chart of it. You know, hey, it's still pushing up. It's pushing up about, it's at 1.7. This is a weekly, so it's 12.76% move for the week. Okay, let's look at the daily for this. So we see that today's move was another 2%. So it's really at that high. It really broke above this little high here. It's really kind of at or above this 1.7% high over here. So that yield is really looking like, hey, it wants to break out. All right, so let's see. Affirm, one of these stocks, down 6.8%. Look, you know, it had this little consolidation, I mean, whatever. It's crap. Weekly. Carvana, right at the lows here, really at the lows. This is a 52-week low, and go to the weekly. It's not all-time low, but it's weekly. And then we have here, we had the death cross back here. We're below the 50, we're below the 200. Dog poo on a stick. Okay, next one. DocuSign today getting down 6.6%, but it got beat up. So whatever happened, that earnings happened, that was terrible. So Enphase, this one getting kicked today, even worse than yesterday. My goodness, look at that. So today down 11.8%. Whew, that's brutal. And that following yesterday was down 10 point something percent. Oh, kidding me, man. Brutal. Good thing I'm not holding on to that. Now, this is interesting because now this week is breaking through the major averages on the weekly. So this would be, the red here would be approximately your 200-day moving average. So now it's breaking down below that. So, otherwise you had a good long-term trend here, but nope, not anymore. Robinhood, down 8% today, way below the IPO. I mean, whatever. Lemonade, probably a 52-week low here, down another 5.7%. That's not too bad. 5.7%, that's not bad. Then we go to the weekly, 12.6% for the week. So that's only the last few days. Really getting down there to the opening IPO. It's trying to get back to that price. Matterport, let's see, this guy here, 13.67. Man, that got kicked today. Really high volume too. Look at the volume on that thing. And it's to kind of check on the weekly. So yeah, it's this horrible week, 23% for the week. Just dog meat. Cloudflare down 7.8% today, breaking through the 200. So this is stuff too. This stuff now is getting so beat up, more than on percentages, whatever. It's like you had these long-term uptrend of the 200-day moving average, and it's breaking below it. So something's up. Something's up. NEO, 5% down. This one, kind of 5% down from the weekly thus far, but look at that thing. It's under the 200-day, under the 50-day, kind of rough. Pinterest, not pretty flat today, so that was good, but it still had that down from yesterday. Death cross from earlier. QQQ 3.4%, and Roblox down 6.9% today. SFT, okay, this one here really, I'm so glad I had done a little short video on this. We had this W. I basically had this little W, and I was like, okay, I want to try to buy this buyout, and I was complaining earlier that I missed it on this day here, but then the following day was kind of crap, and then today, just got kicked for 13% down for today. Whew, I am glad I did not get in on that one. That it's just tough, I mean, wow, it's just really tough. And then on the weekly all-time lows, it's just in really bad shape. Shopify, not down too much today, 2.6%, but gosh, it just got so beat up yesterday. Uh, and then on the weekly, but see, once again, weekly now, breaking through all the averages on the weekly. Snowflake down 5.9% today. Look, trying to find support at this 200-day moving average, but yeah, it's really close, really close. We'll see if it breaks the 200, but yeah, there's some bleeding there. Spotify, let's see, this guy down 4.8 today. Weekly, yeah, so weekly, down 2.7, not too bad, but it's once again, it's below the 50, the 200. You had the death cross here. So you can see that this is kind of going for all this stuff. And then Tesla down 5.3%. But Tesla, looking at this, hey, long term, kind of still all above the moving averages, even above the 50 there. So the Tesla still is actually kind of hanging in there. Trade desk 6.7, going to the 200-day. Dollar still, it doesn't move a lot, but you still have that big uptrend in, looks to be intact. And I think that's really it for today. So just trying to understand what's going on. I don't know. It just, the stuff is getting beat up. If you're not making money, if you're on the more speculative side, they're just coming out and kicking you. And you can see it, it's kind of finally reflected in the Russell here. The Russell is finally going down, and it's actually bleeding into the SPY and the indices. So that's kind of what we have. So we'll kind of see if this continues or what what's going to happen. It just but one thing you could kind of point to is that some of this stuff on this really speculative plays, I mean these are kind of big moves. So, these are kind of oversold in the short term. So, I would not be surprised for some gap up action tomorrow, because this stuff like Enphase, look at that thing. This has gotten beaten up so bad. And the volume is heavier, yeah, but it's not super heavy. And so yeah, it's really, this stuff is kind of going to get oversold really quick. Like a Tesla's not there, it's still up here in the RSI. And so what do we do with this stuff? I don't know. I do not know. I think what has to happen is we have to look for things. We have to look for some kind of base. That's kind of the thing. But I think there will be, because some stuff is getting so oversold. Like this guy, and then it did this, and it's oversold. It's kind of interesting measured moves. So it went down from like 260 to 185. So you can measure that move, 260, 185. Well, call it like 100 or something. That'll be could be the measure move down to here. So, that's one way of just thinking about it. But, we do need some bases. We need stuff to kind of bottom out and put in bases. So it looks like it will take time. However, like when we need bases, I wouldn't be surprised we get some, gap and reversals that come up really quick into like into a downtrend line, that type of thing, because it is so oversold. Like if you're sitting there and you're short this stuff and you just got like, you short this stuff and, let's see. And, like, okay, so on Enphase, you short this stuff and you're up 14% today. And you didn't take some off, you didn't do some buying to cover your shorts. Wow, you're getting kind of greedy. So that's kind of tough. So yeah, so careful, don't slip and fall. Talk to you later. Bye.